Good evening, everybody, and welcome to ERL Gran Turismo Tier Podium Championship. After a run of rounds at real racetracks, we come to one of Gran Turismo's original tracks tonight. Just to mix things up, we are at the Sodegna, I think it's pronounced, I've probably butchered that. But yeah, set a fictional track set in Italy. It's a fun track though. I think the lap will be around 1 minute 25. As I said, I'll do a little bit of testing here, but I'm probably not the best barometer. So I normally take about 3 seconds off my time to get you where these guys will be at, particularly the faster ones. But yeah, I think we'll be looking about, that's what I've based it off anyway, and about an 85 second lap, 1 minute 25. So we've got practice now for 10 minutes, and then a 5-minute qualifying session, so everyone should get at least 2, potentially 3 flying laps in, and then we'll have a 21 lap race, which will be in and around 30 minutes. I hope everyone's had an enjoyable day. We've actually had some nice weather here in the UK today, so I've just got back in time for this evening after a trip to the Sea Life Centre in Birmingham, which has inspired me for my race 2 choice. So you'll find out later with the drivers, but yeah, the inspiration for race 2 has come from our visit to the Sea Life Centre today. But yeah, the grid's filling up nicely now. Looks like we're just waiting on, I think we're nearly there. Papa Stevo's just joining us. Looks like someone else is in the process of joining, that's Smiley. And then we'll be just one short. We'll work out who that is in just a moment. And then I'll give you a quick overview of where we're at in terms of the standings. Right, so we've got the 2 Nissans, we've got 2 Ferraris, got 2 Aston Martins, 2 Hondas, 2 McLarens, 1 Lamborghini. Lamborghini one's a solo entry. It looks like it's just the other Alfa Romeo that we're waiting on. Just check that's definitely the case. Just check. Yeah, I think last main entrance in now, by the looks of it. To Captain Bongo, it should win your valve from there. Yes, it is. So everyone's in, that's excellent. So yeah, just to give you a quick overview of the format, and say for race 1, we have short practice session followed by a 5-minute qualifying. There is 2 points for pole position from the qualifying session. We then have a race that's about equivalent to about half an hour, where the drivers must make a mandatory stop. They don't have to change tyres or compounds or refuel, but they do just have to enter the pits at least once. Then for race 2, we draw a random reverse grid, where it's from places 6 to 14, so whichever number comes out, the grid will reverse from that point. And that will give us our grid. So for example, if as you see, it's like the Lamborghini just going off there. So yeah, say for example number 10 was drawn in the reverse grid, 10th would take pole position, 9th would be 2nd, 8th would be 3rd, and so on, and then positions 11 down to 15 would start where they finish race 1. If number 14 comes out, then we'd have a full-blown reverse grid. As you can see, it looks like a couple of the drivers having a few difficulties getting to grips with this track. Being one of the original tracks, it's probably one that the guys haven't raced as much. I think generally speaking, people do have more of a tendency to the real life tracks, understandably so. You know, you want to replicate what you see, you know, day to day, but certainly will be a test for them. As for any background noise, my daughter, bless her, she's being good as gold. She will be joining me for at least, I'd imagine, the first half an hour to 45 minutes of this evening's broadcast. Chaz got her headphones on, she's stocked up with food and drink, but yeah, if there's any background noise, apologies, but yeah, she was only 5, so I don't know. Maybe she better keep quiet for the whole of the broadcast, but yeah, I try and keep this as professional as I can, but yeah, if there's any queries on the background noise, I can do that. At least I've got my headset turned on today, which I managed not to do for the first 15 minutes next week, so yeah, pretty new to this broadcasting malarkey. But I think hopefully it's been good for the guys to have the stream and comms. It just helps grow the league. That's what we're trying to do. We've just finished our first season of our main championship, which is a GT3 championship. Free choice of car, obviously tracks announced in advance so people can get practice in. With this championship we've done things a little bit differently. There is still a drivers championship, but it's a team based event. And then the track's a mystery, so the guys find out literally 10 minutes before qualifying, and again they've got a bit more time to practice for race 2, but the idea is just to mix it up. I'm also using the GT4 cars. Your GT4 cars are basically, think of it a bit like British touring cars or something like that, those lines, where you've got they're road cars converted to race cars as opposed to the purpose-built race cars of the GT3. So they are at most tracks 10 or so seconds off the pace of a GT3, but you know, still damn quick cars. But yeah, slowest car category. So it just means the performance ceiling's that little bit lower, which again just levels the field out, because you know the top drivers haven't got as much top end performance to extract. So those of you maybe familiar with the F1 game, you think of this maybe being like the F2 to the F1. You know, there's a less top end performance to reach, so it generally does make the racing a bit closer. And so far, you know, we've had 4 races, 4 different winners from 4 different teams. So it's been very open, and the top of the championship is really tight. So I'll give you a very quick overview of that. So leading the championship is SH Dunn in the Aston Martin, race winner. He's on 95 points. Then we're followed by Lucky Egg in the Honda, 94 points, also race winner. Chunky Buck Funky is in 3rd. He won last time out the Nürburgring, 87 points. And then we've got Smiley, who's our reigning elite champion from season 1. Hasn't won a race yet, but it's inconsistent. He's also got pole position in both races that we've had qualifying, which has gained him another 4 points. So he's on 87. And then we've got Hasna Zhao, who again won the first race last time out, and he's on 84 points in the Renault. So, and that's the interesting thing. Those are probably the 5 that you say at this point could realistically go on to win the championship. I mean, there's a 30-point gap from 5th to 6th, so not inconceivable, but with only 4 rounds to go, you'd imagine that will make things tricky. So yes, we have 5 drivers from 5 teams fighting it out really for that drivers championship. And in the team championship, as you'd expect, it's very similar, with Honda leading the way, 148, Aston Martin just behind on 136, McLaren in 3rd on 131, and then Renault 4th on 124. Nissan, although Smiley's been up there in the championship, his first race was for Alfa Romeo, so they a bit further behind in the Constructors' Championship. So it looks like a 5-horse race for the Drivers' Championship and a 4-team race for the Teams' Championship. So yeah, everything's nicely poised. Racing in week 1, considering we're running these races without stewards, where we're just really using the in-game steward, so to speak, there is heavy damage as well, so there's definitely consequences for over-aggressive driving, but we wanted to give our main stewards, who we use in our Classes Elite Championship, just give them a bit of a break. So it's still competitive racing for the guys, but a bit of a break for the stewards. And generally speaking, the racing in this tier is incredibly respectful, incredibly clean. Round 1 we had no issues at all. There was definitely a bit more argy-bargy last week, but probably just as the stakes are getting up to, as I say, 8 points separating 5 drivers. There's obviously a team's championship up for grabs, but I think like most motor racing, it's the drivers that probably carries the most glory and the most precedent. But yeah, I've got to say with these cars as well, I love the spread, how individual they look, and the liveries that the guys have come up with and created have been a bit ingenious as well. But we'll be undergoing qualifying very shortly. We'll be nice to the guys and give them just an extra couple of minutes here just to familiarise themselves with the track. And then we'll go underway qualifying. I think what we usually do is go on board with somebody for the first lap just so we can see the track, and then we'll try and have a whiz through and keep up with who's where. It is only a 5-minute session, although because there's a 3-minute extension at the end, as long as you get to the line before that time runs out, you'll be able to complete that lap. But yeah, you'll definitely see the guys trying to get a bit of decent space out on the track and really make sure that it's always that balance. You want to be out as early as you can to try and maximise, get an extra lap in, but you don't want to be too close to the car ahead. Dirty air is probably a bit more prevalent in Gran Turismo than in the F1 game, so can really compromise your lap. You get the benefit of the slipstream down the reasonable straight here, but you'd almost certainly lose that time that you've gained through the dirty air through the corners. Just give the guys 1 more minute or so, and then we will get this qualifying session underway. See a couple of cars doing a bit of practice racing in the background there for the practice session, but yeah, we will fully join the spectator mode for qualifying, give you an up close look at these guys on their push laps. We'll just give them this last minute and then we will get the show on the road. Right, so we'll get this qualifying session underway. You can see the countdowns on at the top. Right, our usual get our information on for us. Who's going to first out these pits? So yeah, obviously being a fictional track, they can do what they want with the background. It's quite a spectacular sight, the track here. So we're just trying to see who got out ahead, so and we'll probably go with them at the start of the lap. Was it Highfield in the winner? Yeah. He's at the front of the field, so he'll be setting the benchmark time. No rain possible at this racetrack, so guys, although this might be a challenging track for them, at least we'll have the dry weather for it, so you know it's got to be some bonus, right? Looks like Highfield's going to be the first to set a representative lap time, but time the order do still have one person in the pit, which is interesting. I think as he comes around to start his lap, we will go on board for a view of the Sardegna. We're on layout B this evening. On layout A would be close to the 2-minute mark, so this layout just gives us that chance for the guys to get 2 fast laps in, but we'll go on board for a lap of the track. A lot of elevation changes here as you're about to see up into turn 1, which obviously affect the braking zones. This is the main straight, then imagine it's going to be the main overtaking point as well. So you go with braking about the 75 metre mark. Nicely into the apex, carried good speed through there, you'd have to say. Through the next sequence of corners nicely. Approach the windmills in the background, again, nice into brakes. Again, really makes the apex nicely, rotates the car on the curbs. We're over to the left hand side, and back in again. Again, using the curbs to rotate the car nicely. A tidy lap so far, certainly, particularly when you think these guys are coming into this track, you know, with no real, other than that 10-minute practice. I think there's a tiny lift through there. Again, into the apex, just missed the apex there, but carried good speed. A bit of a tyre squeal on the exit. Back over to the right hand side. Again, missing the apex, but probably sacrificing the apex for carrying more speed through the corner itself. Again, just on and off the throttle just to get through there without running wide. I'd say it looks a tidy lap and you think it'd be a reasonable banker. Let's see what the time is. We're expecting, as I said, about 1:25 in and around. far off. 127. So SH Stone goes fastest. And so far in the qualifier session, has been right up there, putting pressure on Smiley. So it'll be interesting to see. Field looks fairly tight so far. It's what it's all. So I thought at a moment there, as he picked up some damage, he has suspension damage. That's going to be killer. I'd imagine he'll be back to the pits. So Smiley looks like with his teammate right behind him. So first lap may have just been a cruise lap by the looks of it. Now is the Nissan going to give him a tow here? I wonder. It will be interesting to see how the lap compares. We have got SH Dunn on pole at the moment. I'd imagine this will be the last flyer. You'd have thought so anyway. I think he's got a reasonable distance there. As the car ahead, as his teammate is just ahead of him. Hopefully through that. I've got to say, I know he's not overly happy with this car. If nothing else, it sounds fantastic, particularly from this on board. Oh, really on the limit there. It's hard to tell if it's just perception with the viewer in and noise, but just you can just see he's carrying possibly a higher speed than when we were on board with Hypo. It's hard to tell. Slightly different lines. It definitely looks like carrying the speed is the bigger priority than the apex and the line. Visually, doesn't seem to be massively closing in on his teammate ahead. But yeah, SH Dunn's faster with the 124.8, and we suspected a 125, didn't we? So we're obviously not too far off the research now. It's key that his teammate doesn't impede him here, but if he can get a tow on the way to the line, is he going to be close enough though to pick that up? We'll have to see. Chunky put Funky into P2. Excellent effort from him as well. Penelope, new driver in the Ferrari, I know. Report's been incredibly quick. To keep it within track limits, he does. This will, I imagine, be the last attempt. Just to put Smiley. P3. Sorry we missed Penelope's lap there, but you can see, you know, I know the guy's been saying just how quick she's been. God, I hope that time wasn't set on the mediums. Because if it was, that's frightening. But yeah, SH Dunn, very close. He's going to better complete this lap. But unfortunately he's just gone wide. Let's see if Chunky can do anything at a minute. Half a second off pole. It's on his final lap. He's going to have to hope that Ferrari doesn't get in his way ahead. But yeah, I think certainly from what the guys have been telling me who have been doing the trials, our trials coordinators, I think this Penelope is going to be incredibly fast, might be the person to beat. Obviously probably joined the championship too late to make an impact in that race, but yeah, looks like she will be taking 2 points for Ferrari. Let's just see what Chunky can do. No, fortunately he's got that. For Stevo, what an effort that is to pop the car in P5. Fantastic result for Aston Martin boys. Just having a quick look down. Boss down 11, that's a bit of a surprise. Highfield down again, and 13 is a bit of a surprise too. Let's see if Charge is able to complete this lap. Again. Lamborghini sounds fantastic. He'll be obviously slightly disappointed with his qualifying position, but new to the league it's not easy. Most of the drivers in this league are A plus A and B. So tend to be the higher end of your sport field, so yeah, it's a competitive field, but 3 seconds from first to last, you know, you've got to say it's reasonable. We'll grab a quick screenshot of our results and I'll whiz you through them. So we've got RA Penelope on pole in the Ferrari. That's obviously Italian track, so we're very proud of that. 124.6. SH Dunn again. I think that's his third P2 out of the qualifying we've had so far. But yeah, he's on 124.8 in the Aston Martin. The other Ferrari, Ghazi, right up there. Fantastic result for Ferrari. 125 dead. I've got Smiley in P4 on a 125.1. Papa Steve, you know, if we did qualify of the day, I think what a result for him to be P5. 125.1. and then you can see it's very tight. You've got Chunky But Funky also on a 25-1, Lucky Egg on a 125-1 as well, and Hassan Jal, the first of the Renaults, on a 125-3, so it's 7 tenths separating the top 8. Very tight. Dad Leisure, P9, 125-4, MG Dunn in the McLaren, 125-5, Boss in the Alfa Romeo, 125-7, Stade Mantis in the other Nissan on a 125-9, Highfield and the Renault a 127.3, and we've got Captain Bongo in the Alfa Romeo 127.3, and then, as you said, Charger 422, his first race in the Lamborghini, 127.6. Right, we will be underway in just 1 minute. Oh, there we go, 6:50. We'll just give them a quick second in case anyone's in the last minute to leave before they start the race. It'll be about half an hour race, 21 laps. Actually, the rate Penelope is going, we might be shorter than 30 minutes, but yeah, we'll be in around half an hour for this race one. So, without further ado, to get this show on the road, you just see the countdown there. I have to quickly then just get in to make sure we've got our settings so we can keep you up to speed with everything that's happening. Let's quickly get into spectate. Don't know why the background music starts at the start of the race, but there we go. I'd much rather hear these guys. So, and here we go, we are on grid start. As usual, 5 red lights. When the 5 red lights are out, we'll be underway. Got 5 red lights. And away we go. To see who gets a good... Oh, the Nissan is Smiley seems to get an excellent getaway. SH Dunn is at the Ferrari's trying to follow his teammate through here. Just got to make sure they get the braking points right here for this turn 1. It looks very feisty into there. So SH Dunn does lose out to the other Ferrari. So far it looks like everybody's through okay, which is most important. But Ferrari 1 and 2 at the Italian track. Tifosi will be going wild. SH Dunn though is fighting hard to try and get that P2 back. Make sure there's room given. Yeah, room on the outside. Good rate stuff so far. But we've seen from the first race, it's key that they don't battle too hard, because that will just allow Penelope to disappear. So the top 4 are getting away a little bit. See Smiley here all over the back of the second Ferrari, but they will not want Penelope to get away, because by the sounds of things, if she goes, we may not see her again. So far so good. Everyone looks... Oh, there's a bit of trouble there with one of the Aston Martins in the background, which is a shame. That must be Papa Steve-O. Had such a good qualifying, but yeah. The problem is as well, you have that moment you just lose momentum, and with these cars, you haven't got ERS, you haven't got anything really to give you that boost, that trouble, and the Aston Martin runs wide again. And again, it's another momentum loss. He needs to really try and compose himself and get back going if he can. But well done to the Lamborghini. Charge 1-2, probably just by staying out of trouble, but it's got himself up from P15 to P9. But that looks feisty behind. It's fair to say. We will get back to our battle at the front very shortly, but yeah, feisty battles. Oh, it's getting really dicey there. Oh my word, they're 4-5 wide. It looks spectacular, but just hope everyone can survive. But yeah, let's get back to our battle at the front. So yeah, Penelope's pulled ahead. We've got Agazi, the second Ferrari. Looks like our real battle, but Chunky But Funky has flown up to P4. He's got past Smiley. Oh, Smiley having a little moment there behind. So Lucky Egg's going to try and pounce on. Oh dear. Looks like Lucky Egg just ran out and nowhere to go. Oh, and that's bad damage. I'd imagine it's going to have to be pitting damage. It's very unfortunate. It looked like he was trying to get a move on the outside. It looked like there was room, but did he just run out of... Did he carry too much speed and just... But yeah, that's front bumper damage, suspension damage. I'd imagine that's going to have to be a pit and then damage limitation job. And really unfortunate for Lucky Eggs, one of our title contenders as well. It's difficult when you come to these tracks, you probably don't race as much. The racing's fierce, it's competitive, nobody gives an inch. So, yeah, Chunky But Funky's made really good progress. He's just going to commit to this battle now. So Penelope's not massively getting away, which is good to see. But yeah, we'll have a good view here of Chunky's progress, but also this battle between the Ferrari and the Aston Martin. What three fantastic teams have represented here: Aston Martin, McLaren, Ferrari. Oh, lovely move by Chunky. I think he's got it done. Let's just get to the outside. Yeah, move's done. So next up is SH Dunn, his good friend. I'd imagine they're in the same party chat. Good friends, but you've seen they'll race each other just as hard as they would anybody else, because they'll want the pride. And these two are both, you know, fighting this out for the title. And as it stands right now, with Smiley in P5, but with Lucky Egg struggling, Hassan Jalban in P6, these guys could really take a stranglehold on this championship. It looks like Penelope's gone, but we've seen the other races. He takes one mistake and you can let the field back in. And Chunky's driving well here, looks very smooth. Can't hear any tyre squealing, can you, compared to some when we've been on board with some of the others. So I know he's not a lover of this car. Oh, there's the tyre squeals, but that's probably just for the loads. Now, can he get a run onto SH Dunn here? Down this main straight, I know that he's been complaining about the McLaren straight line speed, especially versus the Aston. It does seem to be quick on the straight line. He just doesn't seem to be able to close in on the toe. So he's probably going to have to get the moves done. Meal done, that's me thinking about my dinner. Move done into one of the braking zones, or maybe taking a different line for on the corners and put his trust in his good friend, I'm sure. Because neither of these two can afford an incident. They've got to capitalise on the position they're in. Whichever way around they are here, P2, P3 will really help them both in this time mix. Chunky's up the inside, gives room on the outside, looks like they're through clean, but SH Dunn's fighting back, and we know he's excellent defensive drive in the place of his cars. Has he got the position back? He has. The only issue for these guys is allowing Penelope to get a bit further ahead, but I think if we're honest, she was always going to disappear. But fantastic racing from these guys. Now, Chunky attempts to move again. We'll go back in board with Aston Martin. Can he fight back again? Did look like Chunky potentially had... that might be an explanation as well. The Aston's on the mediums, the McLaren on the softs. Now that's an interesting choice from Chunky, because I know he's been playing at the tyre wear, but so far, looking at the tyre wear readers at the bottom, it doesn't look like the tyre wear's too bad at all. And we're a quarter of the way through the race. It's just that front right that's taken a little bit of a pounding. So far so good for these guys. I think whichever way around it is, I think they'll both be happy if they can secure podium results with how tight this championship is. Be interested to see. So Smiley, he's going to have to at least get Agassi's the lead thing here. Oh, Agassi runs into the gravel, puts some of it across the track, and now that surely puts Smiley all over him. As I said before, it's a momentum loss. You make that mistake, you lose your momentum, and you can't hold ERS to get it back. You know, you have to work. I've got to say, so far the racing's looked excellent. I hopefully haven't put the commentator's curse on it. You just see here Smiley just trying a few different lines. Dirty air, massive factor in this game. So sometimes just, even if it doesn't look the optimal racing line, just being in that dirt, in the clean air, sorry, when you brake, when you try and set up the moves, can make a real difference. Guys, it goes a little bit deep. Can Smiley get the move, doesn't it? Oh dear, oh. He saved that. What a save. What reactions they were, reminding me of Fernando Alonso from this women's race. Guys, it's just, Smiley just got to find the run. Here we go. Imagine he's got the run here. Yeah, move done. But as we've seen, these cars really can really fight back. What reactions that was there from Smiley to keep hold of that. Can he hold on to the position down the main straight? Took 2 seconds to try and make up to the podium. But yeah, it looks like the front 5 had checked out. Yeah, I mean, there's a big gap here, but solid recoveries here after difficult qualifying. So Glossboss, Stave Mantis, 2 American drivers, and an MG Dunn as well had a difficult quali, so really going well. And Zhao P9, difficult race so far for the Renault guys. Papa Stevo, such an excellent qualifying that we saw. I was in a real few incidents. Didn't look like it was his fault. He just seemed to be on the outside of a few battles and just ran out of room. Obviously, didn't have the best view to see if he was given the room he deserved or not. But shame for him. But he's still in the top 10. I mean, you've had a difficult start. That's just sometimes where that better qualifying just buys you obviously a bit more margin for error. Chunky Foot Funky set the fastest lap, so is he making any inroads on Planet? A little bit. Gap's under 2. And he's cleared to SH Dunn behind. I had to say, before this season started, I thought Chunky might be a good bet for something like this, because exceptionally fast at anything he does. With his F1, WRC, Gran Turismo, multi-faceted skill set. But he's not someone, he doesn't have the time, or doesn't really want to grind practice all week, so sometimes in the Elite Championship that can go against him. But here, where you're coming in the same position as everybody else, finding out a track 10 minutes before qualifying, I did think from the outset it would really suit him, and right now I'd imagine this would be giving him the championship lead, if not be very close. Possibly SH Dunn still hanging on to it, but obviously we still have one more race to go. But yeah, we're probably not giving her enough airtime so far, probably similar to the Max Verstappen effect. But Plenty's driving a solid race here, he's got a comfortable lead, but you've seen from the previous races, one mistake you can bring the drivers behind right back into it, but so far looks like it's giving the grass and the curbs a wide berth, which, particularly as the tyre wear does kick in, is probably a very sensible idea. So we're about a third of the way through the race, lap 7 and 21. I think Ferrari would definitely be happy with how their 2 reserve drivers are performing today. In P1 and the cars are down to P5 after an excellent start. So he had a couple of issues there. Is Smiley yes, he is. So Smiley is closing on SH Dunn. So that could be a key battle for that last podium place. I can't imagine either of them are going to be able to get up to Chunky, but you'll certainly see Smiley in the air and centre helmet. You'd love to see it. Oh, is that a little bit sideways there from SH Dunn? Potentially. Has Smiley got the run? I've never noticed that, and then this one is on an old school shifter as opposed to the paddle shift. Obviously, from a game perspective, it won't make any difference, but yeah. I've sometimes referred to it as British touring cars. You couldn't get any more old school British touring cars than that. But that front right's taking a real pounding when you see compared to the left-hand tyres. Obviously a lot of these sweeping corners, but yeah, this is going to be key now if somebody can get a move done on SH Dunn. He is the championship leader, SH, so any points you can take off him by finishing above him is just going to bring you closer to him, obviously, so. You've got to say, haven't you, with these guys coming in blind to track, and again, it's not like if I'm in where you're looking at 24 layouts, but you know them all like the back of your hand. Even at this track here, there's 3 different layouts, so coming in, you're never going to be ultra up to speed with the track and how it is laid out. So these guys are, the quality of the racing just blows me away, really. It does say that Aston does look quick on the straights. It seems to be, well, I don't know if it's pulling away, but we're certainly not gaining from this view even with slipstream. So just very, looked like Smiley was late on the brakes there and got a better exit, so this really could be where the move is made. 2 Marlboro livery card, but one's Aston Martin. Again, SH Dunn really is a master of just where to position your car, but can Smiley get a run here again? Trying some different lines. I do love in these GT4 cars how inventive you have to be. There's no easy drive-by overtakes. You have to make them all count. He's put a lot of trust into SH Dunn here with the braking points. But this is where this moves are being set up, lap after lap after lap. Ooh, bit of argy-bargy door-to-door. Looked fair, they were level at the apex, so Smiley will really want this move done. But that has costed again, probably just the loss of momentum. I'd imagine we'll be coming up to the pit stop phase as well. You'd imagine undercut would be huge. It normally is on this game, and with how much performance they must be losing from those right-hand tyres. It'd definitely be interesting to see what happens on the pit stop stage. So Ghazi looks like he's gone first. You'd imagine it'd be this lap, wouldn't you? Yeah, there's a lot of the guys pitting now. And so it might be that Smiley can get this move done in the pits, but is it a case that he has to do the opposite of what SH does? But if SH could gain 2 seconds on a potential undercut, then that might be too much for him to make up, even with the better tyres at the end of the race. It's always the thing you're weighing up. Undercut's very strong, but we have seen the other races being whoever sometimes has the best tyres at the end of the race is the person who gets the job done. Looks like just that Chunky's keeping the gap in hand as well on Penelope, so whether he could potentially put an undercut down the Ferrari would be interesting. But we'll stay with this battle just for the moment, because I think this is really the key one. But certainly not ruling out possibility of Chunky catching up to Penelope. But we'll leave the guys hit to the pits. Nope, they both go on. Chunky is though. Now, what's going to be interesting is where he comes out, because if he can come out in clear air with a solid out lap, it'll be interesting as well to see whether he goes softs or not again. Don't take no notice of the colour on the side of the tyres. But it's helped that a couple of cars behind him are pitted, so he is in clear air. A couple of seconds to the other Aston Martin. I'd imagine be pitting this lap anyway. Should be clear enough. So this is going to be the key now. Can Chunky put in a really good out lap? I'd say this is critical to the race. And obviously what will next be most important is what Penelope does. Out lap is tricky because you can't see your tyre temps, but there's definitely a warm-up phase to go through. But overall, even despite the warm-up phase, fresh tyres versus old ones, I'd imagine it'll be quicker than Penelope this lap. So let's get up to our leader, see what she is planning on doing. Will she go this lap to try and cover it off, or does she try and extend and have the better tyres at the end and come back at Chunky and try and get him on the track? We will soon see. Nope, she's extending. So she's extending. Yeah, so it's done all. I'm going back to the pit crews here. So I see it's done. No, it showed. I swear. So it's done. Looked ahead going into the pits. So that'll be interesting. Another thing that I think now is I really hope Penelope's read that beef, and as a pit we have already had that, didn't we, at Sao Paulo, where somebody stayed out and read the briefing properly. But yeah, be interesting now to see. It's 24 seconds to the leader. So these two out the pits, they're resuming their battle, very much so. So yeah, here we go, we're back with SH and Smiley. What a battle these two have been having. I won't rule out SH, but I think if Smiley gets past, he can keep the place for a lap or two. You'd imagine it does look to have the slightly stronger pace, but it could just be the fact that SH is losing a bit of time through the defensive driving, you know. But I think they're safe, aren't they, from behind? Well, I say that, look at what is going on behind. This is a ding dong. You see here from the Sacramento's perspective. So Garcia's last place, like Penelope's in the pits. We will jump to that in just a moment to see where she comes out. So thank God she was making so. Oh, he protects his teammate there, does he? Now was Haas ran wide? Now the McLaren's got the one on them both. Definitely can't pit. So that's for position, because MG John, you can see there, has got brand new tyres on. So Penelope's come out in P3 as we suspected. Look at strong, but we've done the better tyres. I just need to get this move done on Papa Stevo. I wonder if Papa Stevo's being used tactically at all. But here we go then, we have a race on. Penelope has gone slightly longer, wants that better tyres at the end of the race. I had good pace, but Chunky was definitely staying with him. I've got to say, look at Papa Stevo's pace here. He's clinging on. Now he's still got to pit. I just wondered whether there was any tactics there to try and hold up, to try and bring his teammate back into play. But yeah, you'd imagine then he'll be pitting this lap. I'd have thought now that if that was a tactic that is done. So now the question is, can Penelope catch Chunky? This is our race, I would suggest. So, the hunt is on. Gap is 1.1 as it stands yet. Papa Stevo does bend into the pit. And how great does that Ferrari sound? I think a lot of the cars sound great, but yeah, that is something else. As you'd expect, steering input looks silky smooth, don't they? And again, the lack of tyre screen now goes purple and set to 1, so he's just as close in the gap, but it's still around 1 point. It's just got actually to 1.3. Chunky's driving excellently here. When he's in the zone, when he's in clear air, there isn't many better. Sometimes can be his own worst enemy with his frustrations and battles getting the better of him at times, but in this position, you know, I back him strongly. But first time I've witnessed Penelope race, with the scout reports and my trial coordinators say she is rapid and certainly been aside for once, but isn't eating into it. Now the tyre advantage, yeah, as you see, Chunky's are slightly more warm. But not excessively so. Not at the point yet where I think it would make a major performance difference. So, gap has just come under a second. We have 7 to go. Chunky's just done his best, so 24.9 and Penelope did 24.7, 2 tenths. So, yeah, at that rate, we'll catch. As the great Murray Walker said, catching is one thing, overtaking is very much another. But this is our battle, and it looks like Smiley has got ahead of SH Dunn for P3. SH Dunn is going to try and get back at him. I suspect that Smiley would get away if he doesn't make mistakes, but you just never know. That's nothing against SH Dunn. He's doing another very solid race, and we're taking good points out of this. It'll be a tricky one. I'm sure he wants his friend to win the race, but I think from a championship perspective, he'd rather see probably Penelope take the points. But it'll just be interesting if he can stick with him. Now, Penelope. Gap is coming down, isn't it? But this is interesting now. We have a proper race for the race win here. So welcome to ERL, Penelope. As you probably realised already, nothing's going to be handed out for free. You're going to have to earn everything you get here, and I know Chunky's going to make this as hard as he possibly can for us. But I'm sure it will stay clean and fair as well at the same time. Proper old school racer Chunky will race you hard as anyone, but we'll give you the room, we'll race you fair. But he'd expect it back, so let's see the battle we get. Penelope's close now. Chunky's defending that inside line. Will it compromise his line for the next corners though? So he does not want to come at the inside. Oh! There's a little bit of contact, but Penelope backs out of the move. Probably a good idea. It was a bit late. I wouldn't say it's a dive bomb, but it was a little bit late. But yeah, I think if Chunky can hold on to this, it's going to be one hell of a win. Got yellow flags somewhere, can't see exactly where. Oh, I imagine it must be SH Dunn, because he's falling behind the guards here. Oh, what a shame. Got his brother right behind him, and again, they might be brothers, they'll be in the party together, but yeah. They'll race each other damn hard, so something must have happened to SH there, not sure quite what. Here we go though, back to our main battle. I've got to say again, what a series this has been with how close the racing's been. Oh no, Chunky goes onto the grass, what a shame. Oh, that's such a shame. He's driving so well. Is it a case of just carrying too much speed through? Crashes now, can he just keep the pressure on Penelope and hope makes a mistake? She has got the fresher tyres. That is a real shame. Smiley looks comfortable in P3. Ghazi's done well to battle back up to P4, obviously capitalising on a must have been a slight mistake from SH. Here we are with the two brothers 5th and 6th. We've got North American brothers here, Dos Boss in 7, Bad Legend P8. Papa Stevo's recovered well though to get up to P9. Obviously started P5 was excellent, you know, it was just unfortunate, got a bit sandwiched in a few things earlier. But yeah, we have a good battle here between, say, the two North American drivers. Got a really good run. Can he get the move done into it? Oh, Glossboss defends hard. But are we done? Are we at the inside? Yeah, looks like the move's done. Now can Papa Stevo get involved in this? Because his points will be key for the constructors, you know, that's where the, I don't want to call him a number 2 driver, that's where the number 2 drivers are really going to play their role because it's so tight between the perceived number 1 drivers, shall we say. Glossboss has come straight back here at Dead Leisure. Oh, but he's gone too deep. Way too deep. Can he avoid the damage? Oh, what a shame. Avoids the Mantis coming through there. Does bring a load of gravel onto the track, which I'm sure his fellow drivers will appreciate him for. What a difficult night for the Renault boys though. Down in P12 and P13. A lucky egg, another top 10 and P14. This could be a pivotal evening for them. Oh, he's got damage again. Bumper and suspension again. What a shame. Difficult night. Let's see what Chunky's... no, unfortunately I think this race is done at the front, which is a shame. The gap's 2.7, Chunky's tyres, particularly on that side, are wearing more. But from the championship perspective, if you can take all of that out, it's a great result. Particularly his good friend Essex Dunn dropping down to P5, it looked like he would get at least a P4 if not P3 previously. It'll put Chunky in a strong position for that, that's for certain. We've got 3 laps to go. We've got to say, what a drive from Penelope on our first race with us. Be interesting to see what the reverse grid throws up. Particularly when you see what track it is. I'm worried that the driver's going to hate me after this evening, but I'll be darting off after the end anyway for some practice for tomorrow night's F1 race, which I'll be competing in around Saudi Arabia, so definitely need to get some practice in for that. Oh, so Lucky Egg comes right out of the pits there, which could have caused, not obviously nothing he can do because the car takes you on auto out there, but really threw into the way of Penelope. I'm sure he'll hope to get out of Chunky's way, although he will be on fresh tyres, so he might actually be a bit quicker at this stage. But yeah, we look always set there. Smiley looks set into a comfortable P3. Again, solid points in the championship. He is losing points to Chunky, but he's gained them on SH, so things were certainly very close. Excellent recovery from MG Dunn. Hasn't quite been able to stick with his team, his brother. But after another difficult qualifying, he's going to be happy with the P5 at a thought. Now I wonder what's happened to well, we nearly just saw what was about to happen to him when he dropped into the gravel there. Looks like he's just in the odd mistake, which can happen. New to the league. Solid result. And Papa Stevo has actually got ahead here of Dad Leisure. So into P7. So again, you've got to say, really fantastic night's work for him. Now SH Dunn is back up into P4. Let's go Ghazi, isn't it? So again, damage limitation for our championship leader for sure. That'll definitely help him. It'll definitely help him. So yeah, that will cover some of the damage if he can keep hold of P4. If he can fend off his brother. The sun starts to set. But yeah, we're on the penultimate lap now. So yeah, it'd be interesting to know what's happened to Ghazi there, but we obviously missed it earlier. But now he's got the pressure of Papa Steve and Dad Leisure. Oh! What's that little bump? Pulls out. Thank goodness there. I was really worried. They were very close. Put a lot of trust in each other. Oh no! There's a couple of little bumps there. Oh, battle. This has been a bit of rubbing his face in, a few nudges, but I think he held back to not capitalise on them nudge. It has brought practice his difficulty. So Papa Steve is in that position where does he push to try and get the P6, does he defend the P7? Because whilst he wants 6th, I'm sure he doesn't want to be 8th, so it's a really tricky one. The Honda's really pushing him hard there. A little bit too hard at times maybe, but yeah, no position was gained from it. So I think all's fair in love and war there. But this is definitely our battle now, isn't it? We obviously will give the leader her deserves. Oh, just damage to the rear bumper. That's what will be affecting the Ghazi. But can Steve get this move done? We know the Aston's quick on the straight. Looked like he had to compromise a little bit there to lift out though. So now Dad Leisure's alongside. Oh, Ghazi could be in trouble here with both of them coming at him. His tyres are shot to pieces. He's got damage on the rear right bumper. But Dad Leisure's actually the one now that takes 2 positions into P6. Steve just needs to make sure he gets this move done on the Ghazi, which he has. We're on the final lap. We will get back to our leader in just a moment to get on the line, but then we'll come straight back to this battle. I'd have to say, what a drive this has been. To come straight into the league. It will give us our 5th different winner from our 5th different team as well. So again, some results, some drive. Looks like maybe questionable on the strategy, but you know, when you win the race by 5 seconds, I don't think you can question anything. What a drive that is from Penelope. Debut race, and she takes the race win here in Italy. Chunky but funky, excellent drive. Bar that one little mistake with P2, but it's 15 seconds clear of P3. It should be Smiley, our elite champion. Takes the last podium spot. SH, all the 2 buns are racing to the line. I'd imagine SH will hold on with the Aston Martins straight on speed. And we've got the 3 brothers here, 4, 5 and 6 are done. Now, oh, what is going on behind with Dad Leisure and Ghazi? What a run to the line this is. So we're Papa Stevo, P6. Dad Leisure P7. Can Ghazi hold on to P8? No! Mantis gets him at the line. Gloss Boss, we saw, made the slight error earlier. What a shame for him, but P10. And then the Jal and Bongo, another race to the line. Oh, the Jal sort of squeeze. Oh, he's got him behind him. Bongo takes the Jal at the line. Difficult night for the Renault boys. Bongo takes P11, well done to him. Najal P12, Hyper P15, really difficult night for Lucky Egg in P14, and then Charger, looks like his lapped car in P15. But yeah, there's some result there. So we just need to very quickly do our generator. In 1 second. So we are 6 and 15 is where it will be between. What do we get? We get P13. That will certainly make things interesting. I'm on my work phone, so I wasn't quite sure how to screenshot on these old so that will certainly make this next race very spicy. Because I have a good Penelope here, she's going to be coming from P13 back. Right, let me just quickly get that in. So we'll be reversing from grid for place 13. Right, so let's get our second race set. Just check I've definitely got this right. Yeah, we are all set. So we'll give them 15 minutes practice. We'll start next race at 19:40 because there's plenty of time to set the grid as well. Right, I'm just going to pop a short mute. Let me actually... I'll put you on spectate so you can at least... Actually, I'll keep you in this view. I will show you a few bits and bobs in the background. I'm just going to go on a very short mute just while I make sure my daughter's all set. Quick toilet break, refreshment break. I'll be back with you and we'll set the grid ready for race 2. Won't be one moment. thank you everyone for bearing with that. We'll get this grid set. Right, Dawn's got my phone, so I'll try and do it from this. So it's going to be Highfield on pole. And GR4 right. Highfield, where's Haz? Where's he hiding? Don't tell me he hasn't chosen a car yet. Bongo. Where is he hiding? There he is, he's there. I think I'm missing Hasna Jal, but we'll soon see. Gloss Boss and Ghazi. I've got the memory of the Civ, by the way, guys, so I'm not sorry. Thank you for bearing with me while I do this. Gloss Boss and Ghazi, so P8 is Mantis, Stave Mantis, P8. So he'll come up into here. We've got Leisure Stevo, Leisure then Stevo. And then it'd be MG done, so the jumbos are going to all be very close to each other here. And then unlucky for Wrench, starts just outside the. We are just missing. Right, you do, yeah, so has the Jal slipped to the car now. We just need to move Haz up to P2. Going to be interesting, tough track Bathurst. As I said, got inspiration earlier. We went to see Life Centre, lots of Australian-based animals there. So we haven't ventured out to this part of the world yet, this mini championship. As I'm sure it won't be overly popular with the drivers. I mean, it is a fantastic track, but man, this is a challenge. This is one that you would normally be grinding the practice for if you could. Right, let's just give this a quick double check. So we're reversing P13, Highfield, Haz, Bongo, Gloss Boss and Ghazi, so we're all good there. And then we're Potty Mouth, Glad Leisure, Stevo, MG done, SH done, Rico, yeah, this could be a lively one. Hope it stays clean, but yeah. But the faster drivers coming through the back at tricky track. Right, give these guys a bit more practice time. Might be nice and give them a couple of bonus minutes as well. Right, so just see if there's any updates in the chat. Well, it's pretty quiet on the chat front. I imagine these guys are just in to get as many practice laps in around here as they can. So there's no quali for this. It's going to be straight into a 14 lap race, which again I think will take us just past the half-hour mark. But yeah, we'll definitely be a tester for these guys, that's for sure. So tricky old track, you've got the faster drivers coming through the back as well, which certainly make things interesting. Let's have a quick look at this track. We can come up this short now. You see walls, grass everywhere. Here you come through a downhill section with walls everywhere. Again, tricky because people have different break points. Oh god, cut back in the pits. That's Gold Ball Aston Martin. But yeah, this is a tricky track, very punishing. Probably noticed the theme of a lot of tracks around here. There's no real large runoff areas, plenty of grass, plenty of gravel, plenty of wall. So yeah, a lot of things here to really make things difficult for you. Imagine in real life trying to get around these corners with one hand on the gear stick and one hand on the wheel. As I say, these are road cars adapted for racing as opposed to purpose-built race cars, so that's why you see that effect. Imagine, yeah, I did this race a while ago, 4 hours round here for charity with SH and MG and Steve, so at least, I mean, that was in GT2 cars, so significantly faster than these, and it was a year ago, but certainly plenty of miles on the track for these guys around here. The Plenic is setting the pace a minute with 2:12, which seems outrageously quick. I won't even tell you what my times were when I was practicing around here. It's probably my worst track, so we'll keep that quiet. So I had to do a bit of research from what some others did. There was a GT4 daily race here about a year ago, and I think it might feature in one of the manufacturers' cups as well, so yeah. I think from all accounts I've had a few messages that might have been a bit of argy-bargy that we didn't see on the stream necessarily, and if that is the case, that is a shame, and the idea of this championship is that we could try and take a bit of an active break as stewards, and that at the same time that you don't want races won and lost off any dirty driving. But if you play online in the sport mode, it's commonplace. Even if you get into those top lobbies that those guys will tell you, it still happens regularly. Interesting because McLaren, if it's lacking straight on speed, obviously there is that one mega straight here, but maybe with its good downforce and drag, back it to be handy through the middle sector and up the hill, up the mountain even. Got a couple of minutes till the race starts, so it might be nice to give the guys a couple of bonus minutes. But I've had about 15 minutes practice, 7-8 laps. It's not much really when you consider how difficult this circuit is. Although the grid set, yeah, it's a little bit in Noah's Ark there, isn't it, with the two Renaults leading the two Alphas. Key for those guys is it's going to be a tricky track to overtake. Ultimately, you'd think the faster guys would end up where they are, but you know, Hasenjal's a race winner previously. Heifeld second place at Le Mans last year, so highly capable drivers. Key is, as we've seen, is not battling, but it's hard because how many chances you don't know next time you'll get to be P1, P2, P3 on the starting grid. But the battling is what slows you down. It'll just bring those guys who are going to be trying to come through the field into the mix a lot more if they can work together, if they can try and get ahead and build a gap. The problem is with this being a longer track, there's even more possibility. Obviously it's a longer lap, it's a very technical track, so you'd imagine those guys are gonna, the gap front to back will probably be longer than the 3 seconds it was on average per lap in the last race. I imagine we might even see a 5 second from front to back lap speed difference around somewhere as technical and challenging as this. Not getting damaged is going to be key. Contact from other cars, contact with the walls that you see just about everywhere here. But yeah, we shall see. Right, we'll just give them the rest of this minute and then we will get going. Going to be a tasty race start, I'd imagine. Let's hope it stays clean. They have set a recipe for disaster here. It's such a difficult track for and with it being a reverse grid, but we shall see. Hopefully it gives us the opposite and gives us some excitement and some tight racing, and hopefully those guys, with it being hard to overtake, can hold up more, you know. Let's see. I mean, if we can somehow get a 6th race win out of 6 races, that really would be something. But yeah, we'll literally be going. We'll give them the rest of this minute and then we will get underway. As I say, I think from testing we'll be just over half an hour, but I'd rather be on that side of things than be just short of it. So, countdown is on. I think for the Jow, this is a chance of redemption, particularly in this championship battle after a really difficult race last time. Really needs to try and make it to count. You can see one thing when you race here is just how close you start on the grid. There's not much space between the cars, is there? But the lights will be lining up just very shortly. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And we're underway in Australia. Who's got the better launch off the line? Obviously Highfield have the inside here into turn 1. Are they racing? Are they working together? It's hard, isn't it, at this stage? Highfield here. Like Highfield had a little squill, didn't they, out of turn 1? He's kept the lead so far. We'll try and keep a view of what's going on slightly further back. 3 Renaults have got away here. A little bit. Having a really good start. Yeah, see it's tight here. Give each other the room, guys. Let's try and get through unscathed if we can. So far, I think we're so good. And now we're coming up the hill. This is a really tight technical section. I'd imagine here Smiley wants to get past his teammate as quick as possible. He's got Chunky all over him as well. It's going to be really key navigating his teammate. We'll get back to the battle at the front soon, but this is going to be so key here, how these guys get back now. Looks like SH may have dropped back a little bit. It's interesting. Where'd you get the moves done here though? Oh, guys, can he keep hold of that? There's definitely an issue there. Oh, there's a Nissan in the wall behind for sure. I think it was Dave Mantis. Look at the pace that Smiley's covering now. He's trying to get that move done there. Doesn't look, somehow he avoided damage. Aston's quick on the straight though. Renaults have pulled a little bit of a gap at the front. They really need to be working together. Let's just hope these guys make it through here okay. Oh, they're going to be side by side into chicane. That man, Aston is quick, isn't it? Oh, Smiley goes deep onto the grass. Can he rejoin safely? Chunky gets past. He needs to hold Penelope if he can. Oh dear, oh dear. And somehow again has avoided damage. It's absolute chaos behind. We did fear that this might happen. Oh dear. It looked like we got through those first few corners okay, but unfortunately chaos did ensue. Oh dear, Smiley. Trying to keep hold of that. The Lambo's hit him. Oh dear, really difficult there. We've got SH exempt. A lot of our championship leaders now really Further back here, there's damage there on MG Dunn's car. Penelope's in the pits. I suspect that, yeah, see its front bumper damage. I'd imagine we'll be quick and clean air. But yeah, she's got some effort to go. Got to make sure you don't cross that white line. Incredibly strict track when it's there, but yeah, looks like a bit of chaos back there. Smiley has had issues there. Definitely like it was getting tasty at points, but somehow avoided the damage. SH Dunn, they got front and rear damage, and it's going to be killing them. But yeah, no damage at least, so if you can still maybe make some good progress here. Aston Zhao's got him. He's clear at the front, so we're bringing him back into it for sure. Alright, Ghazi now, does he have to run? At least in these GT4 cars, because GT3 they're that little bit narrower, so a bit more room to work with. Can the Ghazi hold this lead into here? I think for Najal now, the gap he has, it's going to be a matter of just trying to stay out of trouble, trying to avoid making mistakes around here. It's easier said than done. And that Ferrari looks beautiful though, doesn't it? But no, not allowed any favourites. But yeah, I've always been a fan of the prancing horse, but yeah, what a beautiful car that is. But I gotta say again, Papa Stevo, what a night he's had. There's some difficulties in race 1 for sure, but an excellent qualifying. He's set really well here in P4. He's got 3.5 seconds gap behind the Gloss Boss. No damage there. Chunky's got a bit of rear bumper damage that will be hurting him. Not as much as suspension on the front wheel. Lucky Egg's got damage as well though. This is one of those where I think just about everyone's carrying some form of damage, but Smiley isn't, so that'll be key potentially to him. Apologies if you still have the background music. I've definitely got it set to no background music. It seems to just like to stay in for some reason. I love this game at times, but and overall it probably has less issues than the F1 game does, but still does some very strange things, like just random background music playing. I'd have thought here, Smiley will be, obviously he won't know these guys in front have got a bit of damage, but he hasn't. He needs to try and get these moves done on these guys. You can see the tyre wear, not too bad at all, despite the bonanza of this track. And Chunk is very close here to Gloss Boss. He's got to just make sure he avoids any front damage here. I'd imagine it's going to be hard to get moves done into here. We've lost Gloss Boss. I don't know where he vanished to. Hopefully he's okay. Oh dear, what a shame. That's damage as well there. Thank goodness the two cars behind get past okay. But this could be interesting here. The McLaren already lacks a bit of straight line speed. Oh, Smiley and Lucky Egg, there's not a lot of room here when you put the car in the middle of the track like Lucky Egg has done. A little bit of bump drafting going on. Just got to watch this here into the braking points though now, because there might be a lift through here in the GR4 cars. Oh, this is tight, getting a bit awkward. A lot of trust going in here. But keep it clean. Really hard to overtake here when the car ahead is so close, because if you go for the late braking move, you've got to run the risk of running into them. But this is only 10 seconds off the lead, and as I say, you can make up a lot of time here. If you get into the clear air, it's a highly technical track. Driver skill will really start to show. Oh, look at the reactions again from Smiley. Alonso-esque as we referred to in the first race, we see it again there. But yeah, two cars ahead both had damage. They've obviously decided not worth pitting. Look here, trying to get moved on here on McLaren. As Chunky said, is really lacking straight line speed though, isn't it? Can they keep it clean into here though? Yeah, they do. And Lucky Egg's doing well because he's got front and rear damage. I'd imagine you think here if Smiley can get 3, what's the gap to Papa Steve? It's a decent gap that. It's going to take some reeling in. If he can get himself in clear air, though, it's just going to be key. Just be patient here with the move, but how patient can you be? We've got McLaren and new rear gearbox. Man, this is some racing between these three. Let's hope it stays this way, because it's just about to start the downhill approach into the mountain. This is where, again, so much trust as we put in. You can hear the tyre squealing though. Now, can Smiley get a run onto Lucky Egg? I think he'd be safe from the McLaren here. McLaren's got some straight on speed issues and Chunky's carrying some damage as well, but Lucky Egg's also carrying damage. But so far it's just been positioning the car really well. And it's narrow here, so if you go middle of the track like he is, there probably isn't the room when you go middle of the track to get either side. What a shot that is, by the way. So will the move be done under the brakes? Oh yeah, sails by without the damage. Just got to survive. You'd think Smiley's just got to survive on the brakes into here, and then you'd imagine if he can, he should pull away. No damage in that car. 4.4 seconds then to try and make up to Papa Stevo, who is having a X-race, but Lucky Egg's going to fight this into this last corner. Great move. Got the move done. Close the door on the exit, but looks fair as anything to me. Now is Chunky going to try and send the move here at the inside? I think he is. No, pulls out, probably sensible. Oh, but Smiley. But yeah, Chunky couldn't capitalise. He had a little moment himself. Can he get the move done here? Lucky Egg's trying to defend the inside, which is sensible. I wonder if he'd have been better off just planting in the middle again, but a little bit wider down here, so he might have got past anyway. This is the key, no damage. Can he make that extra downforce he'll have by having no damage count through this highly technical section? So about a third of the way through, yeah, just past. On lap 5 or 14. Is a mandatory pit stop here, as always. Yeah, this is suggested Smiley getting a little bit away now. Chunky's falling a bit further back off Lucky Egg. That's the key now. Can Smiley close in on this man who's driving an excellent race? Front right tyre is taking a bit of a pounding, which might affect him through here, but it's really, if anything, Stevo's closing in on high body in the P3 position. You see how much these reverse grids mix them up, particularly a track as challenging as this. Be interested to see how it all works out. We saw a couple of guys pit early, their tyres were really struggling by the end, but the fact that we're doing clear air for a while, it'll be interesting where Penelope comes out once everyone else ahead stops. But yeah, Stevo definitely reading in Highfield a little bit there. Highfield onto the grass a little bit there, a bit scrappy. Now is Agazi making any inroads into Alpengel? It's always nice we can see the car ahead of you, which you certainly can here. Imagine if we were able to get a 6th winner. Admittedly, it would be for the different for the same team, but it's going to be tricky to keep getting winners from different teams as we go on. We have had 5 teams here record race wins, so that is quite something. But gap staying about 2.5 seconds, stretching a little bit from behind. So yeah, House Najal is maintaining the gap. We're at about 2.5 seconds. Stevo though, definitely closing in on Highfield. And imagine you think pits are going to be key here. Avoiding damage, avoiding mistakes, undercut. I think with how high the tyre wear is on that front right is going to be making all the difference. What kind of inroads is Smiley making to Stevo? Like massive ones is the answer to that. You can see, as we suspected, once he's got in clear air. Now if Smiley could somehow pick up a race win from here, that would give us a 6th winner from a 6 different team. But he is driving like a man possessed. Not overly happy with his car, and not overly happy, I think, with some of the driving that happened at Nürburgring against him. But still an incredibly capable driver. these championship standings after tonight, I'm not quite sure it's all going to work out, but it's going to still be mega tight, I think, at the top of that driver championship. Smiley is closing in here. 6.6 is your gap to the leader. He's within a second of Steve. Most of the moves he's been getting done into the chicane, as you'd probably suspect. But yeah, overtaking is tricky, and you've got to put your trust in the driver you're overtaking. Otherwise, all his good work here could be unravelled. Steve-O here is in an interesting position. He's getting on Highfield. He's going to want to get the move done on him. And if you get Highfield between him and... Oh, and Highfield's got a half-second penalty, and I think we're going... The penalty zone is coming up very soon. Now, the front two are in. Highfield's got a half-second penalty, so Steve-O's going to really want to get... If he can, get Highfield between him and Smiley. But really, our leader is in for his stop. Look at the front right tyre. When he goes softs again. Looks like it. And then the front row is just leaving to... Oh, was that a moment for Najal? He's got to be so careful with that pit exit. So easy to get a penalty. It definitely looks like he's getting time either in the pits or on that exit. But they've both come out. Najal's come out in a good spot there. He's got a little bit... He's got that clear air. Smiley's going to be losing time here. Highfield, I'd imagine, will be on the party with Najal. And they're trying to hold up possibly here because Steve-O's passed. That's key for him. He's our race leader, probably a net P3 at the moment. But yeah, I think how quickly Smiley can dispatch. Certainly Highfield first. Highfield goes. Oh, he's somehow avoided damage there. He's done well. Just hopefully they can all stay clean here through the downhill section. I think because he hit it side on, he survived and avoided the bumper or suspension damage, so that was a lucky escape. Because after a difficult first race, there's possibility of big points here for the Renault team. Chunky decided to go long on the soft. It's interesting, just through the bumper damage, so we'll see how that all plays out. Highfield's about to serve his penalty. Smiley's got a run on Steve-O. He's got a lot of moves done, hasn't he, into this chicane. Let's just see if we can get this one done. Probably a bit too far back, is he? Is he going to try and set something up for the last corner? Is he going to maybe pit? It's clearing that way. So far so good. Are they pitting? Are either of them pitting here? Steve goes into pit, so probably a case of do the opposite. Because even with worn tyres, Smiley got to say he's driving that well. He's got the fastest lap of the minute, which he set on the last lap. But you can see in that traffic lift, this lap's 3 seconds slower, so you can see the difference that the traffic's made. But this is critical laps now. This is the critical lap. Everyone behind is pitting. So Najal will go back as your race net leader. That's Najal. Ghazi, again, gaps maintaining from when they left the pits. So we're sat in about just over 1.5 seconds. Be interesting to see where this Penelope comes out once all these guys pitting up. She's going to be on... Oh, she's got more damage though. That's going to be tricky for her. It's on mediums, old mediums. A lot of damage. Oh, Highfield's picked up 3 second penalty on the pit lane exit as well. It's going to be really painful for him. Really strict the pit track limits are on Grand Turismo. The actual track limits themselves are quite forgiving, but the pit lane limits does really difficult. So I think Chunk will be quick. He's in P7. Highfield's got 3 second penalty ahead. You won't be aware that Penelope's got damage and old tyres. It's an opportunity after that difficult start to really make some time back. Looking at SH Dunham, our Champions League going into tonight, he's front and rear bumper damage. It's going to be difficult for him. So Smiley's got 17 seconds to the job, so he is going to have to come back at these guys. He is going to have good tyres to come back at them with. You'd imagine he's boxing this lap. Now this is really closed up ahead between the Chal and the Ghazi. What a night for Ferrari this could be if 2 reserve drivers take a win in each race. There's a smart part of me, got to be neutral, but what a story it would be if the Nissan did win. You know, and that gave us 6 winners from 6 different teams. But here we go. This is for the net race lead. The Ferrari. And Zhao tucks back in to see if he can get the slipstream back. But Garzi's through. Smiley's got on another lap. He obviously thinks the pace is strong at the minute. He's just trying to make the most of this fresh, clean air, but gap's sitting around 18.1. He's got 24 seconds to Steve-O, which I'd imagine is about what the pit lane time is going to be, roughly. But it's decent then gap back to Penelope, so worst case, going to come out in P4 I'd have thought, and then he'll be one to watch on fresh tyres. Can the Zhao get back at Agazi here? I've got to say, drive the day from now, it's got to be Steve-O. He's got that decent gap behind. Smiley's going to potentially come up behind him, admittedly on fresh tyres, but Steve-O's gone quite long too. Look how fresh his softs are. And if these two battle ahead, could he get involved? So now these guys are starting to actually, the gap is just staying the same as Smiley, which is incredible from Smiley that he's maintaining a gap to these cars on such old tyres. But is he going to give himself enough time to come back at them on his fresh ones? You'd imagine he's boxing this lap, surely, to make the new fresh softs count. Yeah, the gap's coming down now, it's 17.6, so they've gone over the cliff. He's obviously trying to get as big a tyre offset as he can to come back at these guys. Where he comes out is going to be key. So if he does pit here, we will try and get back to him to see where he comes out in that mix. I mean, it shows the pace for Garza because, you know, Smiley is going so, but it's only 6/10 off his personal best. But yeah, Garza's eating into him now, so this is the lap he has to pit, I'd have thought. Is he going then? Yeah, he's pulling to left hand side. He's in. We'll come back to him in just a moment. Najal's sticking with Agazi, which is really interesting. Steve-O, he's got 5 seconds to behind, 9 seconds behind us. He had a slight issue because that gap seems to have closed a bit. Chunky's got past Penelope, probably to be expected with her damage, and she's been having a lucky egg now, getting really close. Let's go to Smiley, see where he comes out on the back of this stop. This is key here. If he could, he definitely. No, don't watch those traps. He comes out in P3 on brand spanking fresh softs, so that gap will keep going up here because he's going to have the lack of momentum coming out of the pits. So I think we probably have to guess what the gap. Gauge it off what the gap is by the time we get to the end of this straight and he's up to full speed. So what we're looking at 6.5 seconds in 5 laps, doable with his pace. Fresh tyres, there's potential here, but Smiley's still very much in this race. Steve-O in P4, what a drive that has been. Oh dear though, do you see he's got front bumper and suspension damage? What a shame he's been doing such a good race. I'd imagine that means that Chunky will be reeling me in. How is Penelope driving, by the way, with really old tyres, bumper damage, suspension damage? Chance for Lucky Egg here to make up some big points after a difficult first race. If we can clear Penelope, if he can stick with Chunky and maybe catch up to Steve-O with his damage, there's a chance for P5 and some good points to recover some of the damage lost in the first race. The one who's probably really missing out here is SH Dunn, who's currently in last, so that is a difficult evening for who was our championship leader coming into this race. Difficult for the Alpha boys as well, man. Oh, did he survive that? He did. Highfield unfortunately now slipped down to P10. It's been a difficult night for him. MG Dunn, Niven McLaren to P9. Dad Leisure up into P8, and then just behind his teammate. This is going to be key now. We will get back to the battle at the front in a moment, but can Lucky Egg get a move done here? Got the fresher tyres. It's got no damage as it stands. Can I get the move done on Penelope? It tends to be actually more on the straights that the damage hurts you than the corners. Ferrari's quick on the straight. Okay. Yeah, Penelope gives room. It's good. It looks clean as whistle so far. Is it going to be into the last corner? It's going to be tricky to get a move done on the outside unless Lucky Egg can dummy her into going a little bit deep and offline here and switch back. Is it going to be the switch back? No, was he able to get on the power earlier? Excellent defensive drive from Penelope. You've got to say, not only is she mightily quick, but can clearly put on a defensive drive as well. Oh, that's a squirrel though. You'd imagine this will now be moved done, surely, with the lack of momentum. Yeah, he's through. So let's get back now. What inroad is Smiley making? Well, the Giles falling off of Gazi, so Gazi looks well set here, you'd have to say. What's he doing lap time wise? 2:13.2. Smiley's obviously just had his out lap. So he's got 3 seconds to make to the Giles, 5.8 to make to Agazi. Is it going to be too much for him to make up? But the thing is, he's going to be scoring such big points. And this has been the thing with Smiley in this championship. He hasn't had the race wins, he's had 2 poles, he's been mega consistent as well. It'll definitely be interesting how it all works out. SH Stone at least for now takes the point for fastest lap to try and make up for some of his difficulties earlier. The gap's coming down, whether it's coming down by enough remains to be seen. So Gazi had really good pace in the first race. There's just a few mistakes here and there, but an even harder track. He's driven a stormer here, you'd have to say. What a night this could be for Ferrari if they take a win in both races. Both from reserve drivers as well. It's just going to be about keeping it clean for him now, surely, because Smiley's bringing in the jab, but isn't making massive inroads into Gazi. So 2:12.0. Last lap, Agazi was a 2:13.8. The Giles 2:13.2. Yeah, and I imagine Smiley's going to get. Now, if he does have hope of getting Agazi, how quickly he clears Najal is going to be Najal is going to be the key. Purple sector 1. We might still have a race on our hands here. We may still have a race on our hands. I think it's all going to come down to how quickly he gets past Najal. If it takes him any more than... If it takes him more than half a lap, the race is over, I would say. You just never know though. And it takes Agazi to make one mistake. Really good recoveries behind though from Chunky and Lucky Egg, who both had damage early on. Shame, real shame for Papa Steve-O. Just have to hope he can he... He's got the same damage as Penelope. Better tyres, but I think with Penelope's raw pace, he could be vulnerable in that P6. It's a real shame because he's having a really good race up to that point. But yeah, I think Lucky Egg and Chunky, I don't know if I'll go as far as happy, but really solid points recovery from those two. Penelope trying to hold on to P7. Dad Leisure's got no damage behind, really soft tyres, so again you'd imagine from here he can really make some impact. We will get back to Smiley's pursuit of the top, but at the minute we've got a battle we have here. Let's go down this main straight. Ferrari's still carrying good straight on speed even with the damage. As I said earlier, it tends to be more on the straight, but look here, the Honda's got a really good run. Is the room, he's got the slipstream on Steve as well. Where does he go though? Oh, he's nearly on the grass, there's a bit of board down. Oh, that's so unfortunate for Papa Steve-O there. I think the damage has just been too much for him. It's a real shame. But he is coming back here at Penelope at the Ferrari. Oh, wow. Don't run into the back of the Honda. The side by side. That looks a bit of a squeeze. Oh, crikey! There's some aggressive racing going on there. Let's make sure we keep it clean, guys. They're really going for it. What different now? With 1.3 seconds, I think it's going to be too much, surely, isn't it? In 2 laps to make up the difference to Agazi if he keeps it clean. Oh, sorry, my apologies. Smiley's already passed Najal. 2.2 to Agazi. Penultimate lap. Can he catch him? Can he pass him? What a battle this is between Chunky and Lucky Egg. Neither of them have damage, do they? And Chunky actually has the slightly fresher tyres. That's going to be an interesting one. We're going to have to keep flicking back to this one here. It's 1.9. It's on another purple sector, sorry. At the minute it's just 2/10 off SH Dunn's fastest lap. Could you imagine if Smiley could win this race from here? But either way, we've got drama, haven't we? We've got Agazi's first race win in ERL, Smiley's potential first win in this championship, but obviously multiple race win in Bahrain. Hasn't been overly happy with his car, but this would, if he could somehow grab the win here, bring him right into championship contention. I mean, even P2 is going to do that. I just wonder if it's just going to be too much to make up in one lap. So, I know Chunky's been complaining about the straight line speed on this McLaren. Honda definitely is gaining in the slipstream. Just whether he get moved into the brakes into this chicane. Probably too far back, isn't he? Yeah, good from Chunky as well not to defend fresh air there and compromise his line. But it looks like a nice run through there. Can anything be done into the last corner? Looks like he's going to have to go to the outside if he does want to get anything done. Nice so far. Get a run into turn 1 maybe. Although the McLaren lacks straight line speed, it seems to get really good exits. So it's hard to get that initial run on it. It's 1.1 now at the top. Imagine the nerves for Agazi here. On the verge of your first race win, you've got last season's elite champion now within a second of you. I've got to say, what a drive it has been from Smiley. Look how much fresher his tyres are. We might better get this done. Tyres are so much fresher. This is where, if we did question it earlier, look how well this offset strategy has worked. Now you think it's probably going to come down to that final straight. If there's any incidents here between here, this is when the Jow could still be in this for the win. Agazi goes a little bit wide into there, it looked like, as we came back to it. Oh, they are mighty close. What drama this is. Final lap drama here in Australia. As you go, sorry, I'm lost for words. We go down this. I'm just desperately if this want to see this end cleanly as well. But what about this has been? It's all going to come down to the exit out here. Smiley's got the run, I think. That Renault, that Ferrari's damn quick on the straight. So he goes back into the slipstream. I think Smiley had to take it when he was there, but he is going to end up giving Agazi a tow into the chicane. It's going to be who brakes last, who can keep it on the track and not in the grass. What a finale this has been. Smiley dips back in. Get the inside line. No, he seeds it there. Is he going to try and get a run into the chicane? Into the hairpin, sorry. What a race this has been. Let's just please pray end cleanly. Oh my word, we're going to have a drag race to the line. We are going to have a drag race to the line. It's a race to the line. I think Agazi's going to take it though with the Ferrari straight line speed. Just wow. Wow, wow, wow. What a finale that was. Well done to Agazi, how he's clung on there. What a drive that was from Smiley. And we've got another race to the line here. Lucky Egg and Chenky. Looks like Lucky Egg's just going to take it. Yeah, Lucky Egg takes P4 to P5. Some recovery, particularly damage for Penelope P6, our race 1 winner. Dad Leisure just behind in P7. Oh, and the brothers are racing to the line. And MG Dunn just pips his brother, the other one, Papa Stevo. Difficult night for Highfield because we have the reverse grid pole, P10. And then we are Stade Mantis P11. Looks like Bongo's going to bring in P12 just behind him. Difficult night for our championship leader, SH Dunn, who's our championship leader coming into tonight. We've definitely taken obviously a bit of a points hit here in this race too, but had a solid race one. I'm sure it'll all be played to play for into the finale next weekend. And Glossboss looks like he's going to take P14, and then just leaves us with Charger. So it looks like that's been a difficult evening. Oh, it's coming down the grass as well. Oh, that's probably why. Look at the damage. Front rear bumper, front right suspension, rear left suspension. Tricky. He will cross the line, take P15. Difficult night, but I'm sure improvements to come. It's hard when you make the step up to league racing. Oh. But he's made it to the checkered flag, and that's the most important thing. What a finale that was between Agazi and Smiley. I'm glad we captured that. But to think of a half an hour race round one of the toughest racetracks in the world, and it's come down to a drag race to the line. Sorry, not spectate, we want result. So let's quickly whiz over that result. So Ghazi takes the race win in that phenomenal finale. Look at that, less than a tenth to Smiley in P2. Najal, solid result for him. I'm sure he'll be happy after difficult race one, P3. Lucky Egg again, difficult race one, just pips Chunky but Funky into the line, P4. Really solid night for Chunky though. I think he'll take good points from this. It'll be really interesting to see where the championship shapes up after this. P5. Penelope, our race one winner. An incredible recovery really in race 2, takes P6. Bad Leisure takes P7 in the second Honda. MG Dunn in the second McLaren, P8. Papa Stevo, real shame for him, that like he might have been on for a P4 at one point, but some late damage really cost him badly. He takes P9. Highfield was our reverse grid pole. Again, difficult race, finishes in P10 though, still scores some points for the Renault team. Stade Mantis P11. And Captain Bongo in the first, the Alfa Romeo's P12. SH Dunn, difficult second race, but some solid points in the first one, P13. Glossboss in P14, and then last but not least, Charger, who's also in his debut evening, P15 in the Lambo. Fantastic. I know for that evening's racing, it was certainly dramatic. I think there's had a few incidents. It'll be interesting to see how all that plays out in the chat, but certainly from here, from a neutral perspective, that was incredible. Particularly that finale in race 2 was something else. But thank you for joining us again. It will be our championship finale next weekend. So yeah, that will be definitely one to watch if you can. But thank you for joining us. We'll be back on ERL YouTube tomorrow for the F1 Iron Tier at Saudi Arabia. Look forward to seeing you then, and thanks again for joining us.